fundamentally believe that the funniest things in life are the things that happen for real. Those are the things where the real belly laughs are, the things that keep you laughing years and years on. So everything I say in this set has genuinely happened to me or someone I know. For instance, I went back to my old school recently, and it brought back a few memories. And I'll just give you sort of a highlight reel. For instance, there was the time, one Easter, the school decided to hire an Easter bunny to hand out chocolate Easter eggs. Except they mishandled the booking, and they did not hire an Easter bunny. They hired a Playboy bunny. Did they cancel the booking? No! They went, we paid the invoice, we're carrying on as if we meant to do this. And then for one lunchtime, a Playboy bunny just handed out chocolate eggs to some very sexually frustrated teenagers. There was the other time at school where there was a serial offender, somebody during lunch breaks had been going into all the classrooms, opening up the desks, pouring water on all of the work. This person was dubbed as Jack the Spiller. And like Jack the Ripper, was never caught. It's amazing, brilliant. Some of the best things in life genuinely happened. My friend Libby, who I met in Edinburgh, has a fantastic story. I think in life, the type of stories that we... Not Tories, not the type of Tories. We don't tell any Tories in pubs. The types of stories that we tell, the sort of ones that we curate with us, are the best by far. Libby was in Paris, and she went on a Segway tour of Paris. The guy taking the tour, his jokes were not landing. He was not getting rapport with the audience, so he thought, I'm going to try and do something a little bit out there, try and win them back on board. So he sees a flock of pigeons over, sort of under the Eiffel Tower, and he goes, you know what, I'm going to be a little bit fun, I'm going to be a little bit wacky, I'm going to go all the way up to those pigeons on my Segway, and expertly maneuver just before I get to them, and scare them up in the air. It will be brilliant. He mowed down 2 pigeons! As the guy, just watch, he goes, watch this! And the entire group just assumed that he meant to do that! As they just watched 2 sort of twitching dead pigeons. Obviously he didn't get them back after that. Also, I don't know if you've killed a pigeon before, but you cannot do it more camply than on a Segway! It's insane. Some of the funniest stuff is for real. One of the funniest things I've ever seen, which to begin with, I didn't think it was okay to laugh, but then it just was. There was a man at Waterloo Station once who had love carved into one side of his hair and hate carved into the other. This man had a stick, a long pole, with on the end of it a celebrity mask of Deck from Ant and Deck with a swastika drawn on the head. He was leering at strangers with it. Now, I do not know what his argument was. I don't know what he was saying. Maybe the Deck's a Nazi, not sure. But he said it with a level of ambition and passion that I couldn't help but admire. I don't feel that strong. I've never leered at people at Waterloo Station with a stick with anything on it. But there was something in that man, that there was something, the ambition, the passion of it. There's some amazing stuff, the real stuff that happens in life. There was, at university, in my college, there was an email that went round. Standard email, you'd sort of expect this sort of university behaviour, that somebody had stolen some food out of the fridge. Fairly standard university behaviour. The type of food it was an entire birthday cake. Someone stole an entire birthday cake. Also, didn't turn up again. Somebody stole and ate an entire birthday cake. Let me put it to you, ladies and gentlemen, that there is no substance lonelier to eat on your own than an entire stolen birthday cake. They could have been drunk. Maybe they gave it to a friend whose birthday it was, or they ate it whilst drunk, right? Also the question you have to ask, what kind of cake was it? I stay awake at night, ladies and gentlemen, thinking, was it a Colin the Caterpillar cake? If so, which end do you start from? Do you start from the arse end? Eating the cake by yourself? That's weird. No. You know what you do, ladies and gentlemen. What you do is, you eat the face so he can't look at you. So he can't judge you. There's some people clapping there who've clearly done this before. Yeah, you start with a head end. But I kind of like those kind of trickstery things, those sort of things that go wrong. But the real life stories, my favourite stories from history and folklore are always about the devil. Because I don't know about you, I have a very specific impression of what I think the devil is like, right? I think really, really evil, sulphur, fire, putting pokers up people's bums, right? Awful, nasty. Regional folklore, very different picture of the devil. Very different picture. There is a story from Pembrokeshire where the devil comes to town. What does he do, Harry? He makes a small dent in the church bell. Oh no! The devil! There's a story from Scotland where the devil comes to town. What does he do, Harry? He moves a stone from on top of a hill into the middle of the road. Beelzebub! Like, that's not the devil I have in mind. It's like, oh no, you'll never guess what happened earlier, Harry. What happened? The devil came to town. What did he do? Tied my shoelaces together. No! Ridiculous some of the stuff that happens in real life, but I love it. I try and be kind of as much as a sort of like trickster like the devil as possible. I've got some games that you can take away with you and play. They're brilliant. Whenever I get a nosebleed, completely true, whenever I get a nosebleed, I don't stop the nosebleed. Don't do that. That's not fun. That's boring. What you do is, you sniff up the nosebleed so it doesn't look like you're having one. Then you go up to a stranger, you put your fingers to your head and you go, I bet I can read your mind. And slowly release. It's fantastic, it's great. Another of my favourite games is called Anarchy. The way Anarchy works is occasionally, I don't know in your life, you'll knock something over on a table or something, and sometimes you'll catch eyes with somebody who has seen that you've knocked something over. In that situation, what you normally do is you go, oh, silly me, or you just go, oh, and you pick it up. Don't do that. When you knock something over and you catch eyes with someone, you make eye contact, you simply whisper the word, Anarchy, and knock more things over. It's a fantastic game. If you do it with a person enough times, you can make it escalate it. I did it with my ex to the point at which I could knock a pen off a table and then clear an entire desk. It was beautiful. I like to think sometimes I do comedy because I just want to prepare my dad jokes. I want to get my dad jokes ready. I like the idea of doing Anarchy with my kids. I'll start when they're young, just when they can kind of comprehend what Anarchy means, knock a pen off a table, clear some other stuff. It will get to the point that when they buy their first house, I will knock over a pen, and I will go, Anarchy. And they'll go, no, Dad. I'll go, Anarchy. They'll go, no, Dad. And a bulldozer will destroy their house. That's the type of person I am. Another game that you can play, very popular, really great to do in sort of pubs and restaurants, is a lot of the time they'll have a system like a spoon or something, so that they remember to come over and ask you how your meal was. So they'll come over and they go, how was your meal? And you go, all right. And then they take the spoon. The spoon is like a visual reminder that they need to come over and do it. What's great about this is some places don't use spoons. Noodle Nation in Oxford use red clothes pegs, which are very easy to just buy. If you go to Noodle Nation, they will come over, go, how was your meal, sir? And I go, very well. And they take the red peg. You can just keep putting the pegs on, and they keep asking. It's great. It's fantastic. But some of the funniest stuff that happens in life is often stuff that happens with your family. My grandfather, I feel I had a good precedent for dad jokes. My granddad made a board game that was based exclusively on, it was a board game version of cricket. No one was asking for that! The only good things about cricket are the fact it's outdoors and a physical activity. He removed any possible fun to do with cricket by making it into a board game. My grandmother also, she won a competition, a BBC radio competition, to write the national anthem for like a district in Malaysia. It's completely true, it's got a Wikipedia page of its own, and what's brilliant about it is if you listen to the lyrics, it is 100% God Save the Queen, but the lyrics change to Sultan and Allah. It's amazing. That's the sort of family I come from. Some of my favourite stories though come from, I used to visit my grandfather a lot in his home when he was growing a lot older. He had Alzheimer's, and I used to visit him a lot, and sometimes the saddest things in life, where the heart is where the funniest things are. There was this one time when we went to visit Grandad, and we went to the family room, so there's like a room to the side where the families go to kind of visit. We went there, we were sitting, we were catching up. Somebody else comes in, one of the other inmates, as it were. And we sort of look at him, he's not meant to be in there, we're confused, we continue having our conversation. He then proceeds to take his penis out and start to urinate on the door. At which point a nurse comes and says, "What do you think you're doing?" To which he responded in just the most amazing, confident way, with a confidence I am jealous of. He simply said, "I think you'll find I've been pissing here for years." I have never urinated with that level of confidence ever in my life. I can only aspire to that. But one of the funniest moments when I was visiting my granddad, or it was before he was in the home, me and my dad sat down with him. My gran says, "He's got something to tell you." This was the moment that he told us he had Alzheimer's. It was really sad, but at the same time, it's the thing that really, really makes me laugh late at night. Because my grandmother turned to us and said, "Your granddad's got something to tell you." My granddad turned around and says, "Do I?" She says, "Yes, you've been to the memory clinic." And he said, "What, 2 months ago?" She said, "No, last week." And he said, I don't. And she said, "Yes, you've been diagnosed with Alzheimer's." And he's turned around without a shred of irony on his face and said, "Don't you think I would remember a thing like that?" You know, some of the funniest things in life are true. They're true stories that happen. I'd like to dedicate this set to somebody who I really think has inspired my comedy, who's really made me go forward. I'd like to dedicate it to one man from Waterloo Station. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen!